think we're on. I think we've got it. Okay. I think we have defeated the internet gremlins for the time being. So we're going to go ahead and start. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Artistic Biker Live. This is the night when I get to art with my besties, and you'll have to forgive me. I'm still trying to rush around and set up. We had some internet problems this morning, and I was still repairing them when I got home from work. Plus, I get home from work so much later right now, and I don't know if we're going to be able to fix that. We talked about moving the show to 7, but I have everything out there says the show is from 6:30 to 9. So I don't know how to fix that other than take all those videos down, or just you can't change the voiceover like you can on Vimeo. But today we are going to paint an Ibis. What has happened? Why is that not going? My advanced screen switcher. Why is it on the morning collection? It changed mics. Hang on, I got this. Yeah, there we go. I changed scene sets. I had to change mic sets. It can't just be that easy. It's got to all happen at once.
Oh, and my light just burned out.
Oh, nice.
Great.
So Ivy stopped in a minute ago and said she'll be back. She was expecting it to start at 7:30. Or at 7 my time rather, and the same with the Frenches. So maybe we'll see them, maybe we won't. Who knows? Because like I said, all the marketing material out there says that we're supposed to start at 6:30, and I can't just change that. So if anybody is attempting to join me at that really is bright. If anybody is attempting to join me at 6:30 and I'm not streaming, I don't want to miss
I have a cockatiel on the vertical.
What? A cockatiel?
Cockatoo. He's a nice little guy.
You have a cockatoo on the vertical?
I do.
Let me see.
Why did my thing switch? Wait a minute. What happened to my... Oh my goodness. Okay.
Why is my... What's going on? Oh, that camera is way over there. I see what's happened here. Face. Vertical scene. Well, there's just nothing quite like having everything go nuts on you all at once. Where did my vertical scene go? Vertical scene, BRBV. What's happened to my vertical? Did I cut off? No. Vertical scene, vertical sources, face. Come over here, face, turn the face on. You should be able to see my face.
I can see your face.
On the where?
Now I have Big Ben.
How do you have Big Ben?
I don't know. I'm going to go out on that one and come back in.
I wish I could.
Yeah, you can't. Let me do that. Oh Lord.
Hi, Ivy. We're having some issues over here on the vertical stream.
I'll work on the vertical. Why don't you can go on the horizontal?
Well, but there's nothing you can do on the vertical.
No, let me just see though if it's...
No, it's me, because I can see that it's broadcasting black. And something happened over here. I touched something. I touched something and it went black, and I don't know what I don't know what I touched. Have no idea. Nope, that's not it. Controls, vertical sources.
Always something new.
Well, and we're supposed to be painting now, so maybe it's good that people think that we're not supposed to start until 7 while we fix this. But it just means that the first 30 minutes of this show is going to be me trying to figure this out. Why? I can't see anything.
Well, I went back to the artistic micro and I can pull it up, but it's what's recorded. It just shut off. You're not going to start it over.
So it's not streaming on the vertical side.
No, now.
Okay, then I'm going to quit worrying about it.
Yeah.
Sorry about the vertical side.
It'll give you 56 seconds.
Well, how can I start it? Let's see if I can figure out how to start it. Controls.
No, see, it stops at 56 seconds.
Okay, so it doesn't. It's not. It won't let me back on.
No, it won't do anything.
How dumb is that? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to quit worrying about it then. Okay, so there's
Yeah.
nothing on the vertical side. It's just going to be horizontal today. So that's it. The downside of that is the vertical side is where everybody's sitting on their phones watching, and there's no way to let anybody know. What a crazy night. Yeah, you're on the horizontal. You're on the horizontal, Ivy. Yeah, why stop now? It's been crazy. I heard you. It's been crazy. Why shouldn't it still be crazy? My last piece of paper in this block is loose. And so I'm trying to secure it. Now normally this piece of tape is just a border to make sure that I have a nice clean edge. But right now I'm also trying to secure my paper to the block. Because it came loose. But, the beauty of a block is that you don't have to stretch your paper or anything like that. It's supposed to already be stretched and spread out so that it doesn't warp while you're painting. But when it comes loose like this, it loses that benefit. And it's almost worth just having a loose piece of paper, taping it to and wetting it down and taping it to some board to stretch it pre-show. I may start doing that, but I have another package of block over there. I could just throw this. I don't have to do this. I could just throw this away and start with that new block over there. Oh, goodness. Gaming with Just Joe stopped by this morning, Ivy. We had a few people. We had a few visitors this morning. And was it this morning? My internet cut out this morning. And I had to finish. I finished the video with just me and my mom. And it continued to stream, but it continued to stream to a stream I've never been able to delete. And now I can delete it. YouTube is funny that way. Okay, I think we're set up. So if you don't know is it an Ibis or an Ibis? I'm not sure I've ever heard the word said out loud. But if you don't know what it is, it's this crane-looking bird, and I just love them pink like that. they live. These birds live in the same enclosure as the flamingos, and so they mostly eat the same foods. That's the wrong camera. Why is that on the wrong camera? They mostly eat the same foods as the flamingos, and so they get that same bright red color. Now they're not always like that. Ibis can be many different colors, but it's the shrimp that they eat that colors their feathers like this in the zoos. And I just think they're stunning.
Oh, I do too.
And the little girl came in here last week and she said, "You should do an ibis." I said, "Okay, I'll do an ibis." And Ivy thinks she found one, so she's going to do one as well in her coloring books. She has a show where she has various coloring books that she's working in, and on Fridays and was it today? Did I miss it? Or no, Tuesday. Is it Tuesdays and Fridays? I always forget the first day. I always remember Friday, but I always forget the first part of the week because for some reason I'm never available. But on Fridays I can watch you during my lunch break. And last week when we did the what did we paint last week in here? We did a snail. We've done a snail. We've done a shark.
We did a snail last week, didn't we?
Yes, we did a snail last week, and then Ivy did a snail in her coloring book, and she did a patchwork snail. It's gorgeous. She did a patchwork, a quilt like this, like the snail shell was a quilted patchwork, and it was gorgeous. Anyway, go check her out. She's on you. Don't go right now because she's here. She's here with me. With us. She's in the chat. Tuesdays and Fridays. I'm sorry, I always forget the first day. But I try to always be there on Fridays. At least for a few minutes. But I do just think these birds are gorgeous with this pink. I hear my little girl moving around out there. I don't know if she's going to come in here or not. Oh no, it's my son.
Hello, Bob.
I thought you were skateboarding.
No, the park was closed.
Oh no. I love you too, kiddo.
Happy vacation.
Yeah, he's on like a little mini vacation, isn't he? No school tomorrow, no school Monday. My poor wife has to work tomorrow while the school is out. She's an art teacher. While the school is out, she still has to go in for teacher meetings and stuff. And Monday, I think they're all out Monday.
Nope.
They're not out Monday?
Well, the calendar says it's a teacher work day, but they may have worked something out. I don't know.
I could be completely off base.
Yeah. Neither one of us know.
Yeah, it's more likely that it's way more likely that she has to work. I don't know why they're out. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. We didn't get this many days out, that's for sure. Back when I was a kid, walking to school uphill in the snow. You know,
President's Day?
oh yeah, so we can sit around and talk about all the important things that William Taft did.
Ivy said she needs to send you the finished towels.
She needs me to finish some towels?
COWS, cows.
Cows. the finished cows.
Yeah. He said vows, but then she changed to cows.
Ivy, I'm sorry, I'm married. We can't be exchanging vows. Okay. This is when I would switch to pen. Right? This is when I would normally switch to pen in the mornings. I've had enough of this drawing stuff. Let's paint. Now, I've started this new trend on the morning show. I'm going to share it with you guys here. And it's really kind of a unique way for me to do stuff. What I do is I take a little homemade Payne's Gray and I shade things in advance, kind of like a grisaille painting. I've really come to enjoy it. It's a new thing for me. So I thought I'd share it with you guys the way I've shared it with the morning crowd. I've really come to appreciate how it makes the painting come alive really quick. How it just adds depth to the painting very quickly. And I really just love the way it works. So I thought I'd share with you this new technique that I'm trying.
What is this new technique called?
I think it's called grisaille painting, where you paint the shading before you paint anything else. It's new to me. I have no idea. I had no idea people did this sort of thing. But I thought I would share it with you. And when the lag catches up with Ivy, she's going to laugh her head off.
This light is still really bright.
Is it
over the shoulder?
You know, it's funny because the one over my shoulder is not. That light has always been there.
But it's really bright this morning and tonight.
I turned off the one over the subtle hint.
Maybe it's your new camera doing it too.
Well, no, because my new camera is in my face. It's not overhead.
Ivy says, "Why am I laughing? I have done this."
No, I figured you'd be laughing, Ivy, at me saying that I have never tried this before. That this is a new technique for me. This painting, the shading before I do anything else. I figured you would be laughing at that, at me saying that. Let me draw this real quick. Ivy, you may be absolutely right. I may absolutely love this. All right, let's do some crazy stuff now. Let's have some fun. Let's start with some yellows. And I'm just going to come through and do the back of that ibis. With some yellow. I'm going to get some more water. And I'm going to have...
It's going to be so bright and vivid.
I hope so.
I just can't wait.
It is absolutely my hope that that's the case.
Not saying I'm impatient or anything.
I'm a little bit impatient. I do too. I'm a little bit impatient. I don't know where I get it from.
I'm doing a quilted earth tones, and it's like it's punishment. I don't do earth tones.
Why not?
They're just not my cup of tea. I like bright, vivid colors, happy colors.
And yet you hate vermilion.
I didn't know. That's not me. That's Misty.
Oh, okay. She says that's my beautiful young bride, not her.
She does not like that. Vermilion.
Can't talk, Arting. You know, sometimes when I do this kind of stuff, I think I would really just love to do this in acrylic. My acrylic paints are just so much. Sometimes I think they're just so much more vibrant than this. But there's something nice about. To me, there's something nice about the muted colors of watercolors. Just a touch. Just so that you get, it's more like a hint of color. It's like essence of color. And then some people can just really nail the colors with watercolor. And I've just never been that vibrant of a watercolorist. But I've seen some watercolors where they're just so incredibly vibrant. I need that to rest a minute. So I'm going to move on to another area. Well, we've hit the spring is officially here. I don't care what the giant rat Punxsutawney said. We are in the 80s today. Of course, we've got a cold front coming through this weekend, don't we? A little bit. It'll just be rain.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
We sure needed that rain.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow and Saturday a little bit.
Saturday afternoon. We were talking about going to the zoo. Now I think it's just the museum. There was discussion about going to the zoo. Of course, I like going to the zoo in the rain because you own the zoo. If you're willing to go to the zoo in the rain, you own the zoo. Because most people consider the zoo a fair weather event. We are not those people. We are the people that are walking around the zoo in an umbrella.
Oh, Good Friday. Supposed to hit 60.
When?
This week, she said it's supposed to hit 60.
Oh, for Ivy?
Yeah.
That'll be nice. That'll be nice. Do, 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 do. Can you hear the Christmas music?
Yeah, I sound like.
I'm struggling because I'm trying to do this one-handed. I need to put this underneath here. Now see, I let that rest a little bit, and now I can come in with that vermilion. I'm sorry, with that scarlet, and it won't bleed as much into the vermilion. It'll still blend just a little bit, but not as much as it was going to. And so we can get some tonal shifts going on there, which is important. Do. Phenomenon. Ooh, got stray water drops. It might be time to move to a smaller brush. It's absolutely time to do something about the stray hair on the end of my brush. All right. Let me dry that real quick so that we can move on to the next phase faster. maybe. Now, let's see what we're going to do here. I'm going to come in with some... Do I want to come in with the midnight blue? Do I want to start with midnight blue, or do I want to move back into the gray tones and stuff on the bird? I think I want to come in with the midnight blue. Or maybe I want to use the Payne's gray. Sometimes it just picks up so much pigment I can't get anything done. And other times it doesn't seem to pick up any pigment at all, and that just drives me nuts. That's the thing that people don't like about watercolor. I do love watercolor though. I do love the nature of watercolor, where it just does what it wants to do. It's really not all that interested in what I'm wanting to do, or whether it's driving me crazy. The watercolor doesn't care. And that makes it fun for me. Except when I'm live. Which these days I'm almost always live when I paint.
Gremlins are at Ibis' house.
She's got gremlins?
Yeah, because her PS5 just freaked out on me.
It's not even October. It's not even October for us to be having all these problems.
No. Christopher must be visiting her.
Right. Our morning streaming friend Elizabeth named our studio ghost Christopher. She actually was calling me Christopher. We were newly met at the time, and she had me confused, and she was calling me Christopher. And it just kind of stuck for the name of our studio ghost. This part would be so much easier if I were standing up or using a smaller brush. But I'm afraid if I were standing up, I wouldn't be able to demo it very well. I think my wife's home. I heard a car door shut. Ivy, you're just going to have to pretend like there's nothing going on between us, hon. My wife's home. That's a lot of pretending for people 3,000 miles apart.
Did you want to bake today?
Not that I saw, but she still has some pretty good bread in there in the kitchen. I didn't see that she baked anything. All right. I have to be careful about drying this because you'll push the liquids around, and I don't really want to push the liquids around. I want the liquids to pool and dry. I wonder how many people have tuned into the horizontal side and said, well, nothing's happening, and just left. How we coming there? It's looking all right. It's coming along. It's coming along. I just jumped straight into the college fund over here.
I don't get Valentine's.
Why not?
I get stuff at odd times during the year.
Okay.
Obviously, she's okay not having a Valentine this year. And I just made me think, my guy gives me stuff throughout the year on the spur of the moment. I have to be careful what I say.
Yeah.
Or it ends up in the house.
Yeah. I'd like to have that. Boom. What do you know? It's at the door. Tell you a story about my dad. My mom went to pick a dishwasher out one time, and she went and she looked and she did a lot of research, and she went to several different places: Sears, J.C. Penney's. She went to the what's the guy that is always Maytag? She went to the Maytag dealership. She went all over the place looking at different things, and she found one, and she finally found one that she liked. It was within a price range that she thought might be acceptable. And so she goes home and she tells my dad that that's the one she wants. My dad says, and it was like $500. My dad's like, $500? Like he's going to have a heart attack. And he was really frustrated by this. He's like, $500. And
For a dishwasher?
for a dishwasher, and I mean, this went on for days. Went on for days. My dad, well, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to go down there and I'm going to look at those dishwashers and I'm going to figure out what you need. And stormed out one day and comes home with like a $1,500 dishwasher with robotic arms that reaches out and does the dishes all by itself because it was for my mom. And I would like to tell you that the immediate response was a gag, that he was just being funny. But no, he was really upset. But once he went to go buy it, he was no longer buying a dishwasher for the house. He was buying something for my mother, and that made all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. Nothing but the best for my mom.
He's very good to me.
Yeah, he's one of the best dads you brought home over the years. I got to tell you, of all the dads you brought home over the years, he's probably still my favorite.
Yeah, I quit checking them out about 58 years ago. Oh. Oh, I didn't know he was not listening to us.
Is he listening?
Yeah.
Ivy said her dad at 79 is learning to do the dishes. That's important. Okay, now I think I can safely dry some of those blues. I don't know if you can see this, but I hold the hairdryer way up here so that I don't move the watercolor around. I'm still kind of stressed about looking over there and seeing that vertical window being blank like that. It still stresses me out. That vertical screen being black is still stressing me out. There shouldn't be any white on this page. Except in the highlight of those leaves. I want a little bit of white in the highlight of those leaves. And so but I don't want it monotone. I don't want to mix it. I want it to settle. All that stuff that I did before, I don't want this to mix with it. I want this to settle over it. So I'm not going to scrub it in. I'm just going to try and let some light shine through the background. Then when we get down here closer to the bottom of the bird, closer to the bird, see, we can go with a not as dark. Then sorry, I'm having a hard time formulating words at the same time as this. Then, see, we get down here to the bottom, pick some lighter colors. So they contrast with the darker part of the bird. I never did switch to a smaller brush. Did you notice that? Maybe I should have switched to a smaller brush earlier when I was talking about it.
73 degrees.
Where?
Here,
53?
73.
Oh, I thought you said 53.
No, it's 73.
I was going to say, it was nice and toasty a while ago. I can't believe it dropped that much that late, this early. Fun fact, things that are meant to be in the foreground are really dark. Making something dark puts it in the foreground. I think I'm about to overwork this. My problem is I think I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. So let's see if we can find a nice dry spot, and I'll sign it. Looks like this bottom corner over here is pretty dry. I'm going to get some vermilion.
Ivy says her Ibis is kind of like a Hawaiian shirt.
That's nice. A Hawaiian shirt. I have a Hawaiian shirt picked up for tomorrow in celebration of St. Valentine's Day. That is bright with pink hearts all over it. The problem with yellow watercolor is that it is not opaque. I'm going to add just a touch of gouache to my yellow and see if I can't make it just a touch more opaque. That seems to have done the trick.
Ivy says her Ibis has a tropical pattern on it of greenery, that you'll like it.
That already sounds like fun. That's that overworking part we were talking about a minute ago. This is me overworking it now. But I'm done. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Got to dry it before I can take the tape off, though. All right, I think that's it. Let's see here. Let's get that tape off of there. All right. How's that?
That's very nice. I like it.
I like it. And look, it was the last one in this book. I never used to run out of these things. Matter of fact, I think this is the first one of these I've run out of. I think I've had this since Chickasha. I like running out of art supplies. That's a unique experience for me. Okay, so I tell you what let's do. Let's take a little break. Everybody stand up and stretch. We've been at it for an hour now. Everybody stand up and stretch. Go potty. Get you some more coffee or beer, or both. And we'll meet back here in about 5 minutes. So I'll leave my microphone in here this time so I don't accidentally make noises. I'll be right back. So, tell me how I lose my mouse when I'm sitting here. I haven't moved from here.
Why is your screen black?
My screen went black because it was supposed to go to the Be Right Back scene.
Oh.
And instead of going to the Be Right Back scene, it went to the Be Right Back scene needed to be reset. But I couldn't find my mouse, so I couldn't reset it. Found my mouse. Be right back.
Anyway in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all of your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see people are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. You wanna go where people go. People are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. I hope you know that this is nothing to do with you. It's personal, myself and I. We've got some straightening out to do, and I'm gonna miss you like a child misses that blanket, but I've got to get a move on with my life. It's time to be a big girl now, and big girls don't cry. can smile at the old day. I was beautiful then. I remember a time I knew what happiness was. Let the memory live again. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Artistic Biker live from Oasis Studios. How's everybody doing? You can tell there's chaos here. I tell you what, this has been a crazy day. I've had the day off, which always makes me weird because we have the Rock Island Arts Festival and it's not started yet. Today we were setting up. Wow, yes. The Artistic Biker, a proven defense against the zombie apocalypse.
That squeezes it to make a sink. It makes a sink. There's only one dinosaur. This is a turtle. A penguin.
Well, that's not a dinosaur. I see. Okay, this goes in here like this.
And then you put this in to squeeze the potato out. Then squeeze it out. And then make a moon.
Moon syringe.
And then you just cut it off. See? And then you just cut it off because you don't want it to stick out all over. Now I have to cut it. Because you don't want it to be long and mess up your Play-Doh. There you go.
You have to be sure to get it out.
You have to get that out. So it can't be dirty and dry out the Play-Doh. Hey, I need to put another moon. I want to make a circle or a star. And you have to squish it so it can go in there, or you can like fold it where there's when you see hair, you have to fold it so your models can't.
Now I hear music.
She's 20 now. That kid is 20 years old. The Christmas music was supposed to cut off while that happens. We're in more and more gremlins. Okay, so let's do what's on your easel. First off, I'd like to show you what my wife got at school today because it's Valentine's weekend. So I like to make sure that she gets those in front of everybody. That makes me very happy. I might be just a little petty. Just a little petty. I like it. I like it when she can show everybody. When she can show everybody
Those are pretty.
the flowers and stuff when they show up at the school and all the other teachers like, my husband never sends me flowers. All right, let's see here. We have, oh my, let's go to Where is that? First, I've got to stop the camera from switching because it'll switch in the middle of this. And then I need to go, I think it's this one. And then I need to go here and here and here. Nope, that's not it. Close that. I know the screen is black. Don't panic. I need to... Where is this one? That's what I'm after. Fresh. There we go. That's what I was after. I knew the screen was black, but I can't just turn my phone on and show you the screen at the same time because I don't know what the first picture that comes up is going to be. And I'm always scared what the next picture is going to be. So here is Ivy's easel. She's got, this is me in the background. This is television. This is me on her television screen in the background. And this is what she is working on in the foreground. When she said it's patchwork and it's like a Hawaiian shirt print. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. And Ivy's doing that while she's watching me. And then let's see, what is this one? Oh, and this is the antlers, the Dr. Seuss antlers that she was doing. Where the antlers make a maze for you to try to escape and untangle the antlers. And then you're coloring really quickly today, Ivy. Usually she can't color as fast. And then Rick and Pamela sent some easels, but I don't know how far back I have to scroll to get to them. With all the spam I get from Amazon and everybody else, you would think I would have that stuff going to a junk folder. But I tell you, the problem I have with that is the Outlook program on my phone won't let me just go to a junk folder. There is the horse that Pamela's been working on. And is this another? There you go. She signed that one, so it must be finished. That must be the finished one. That must be the finished one. What's this? Verbs. Let's see what else is over here. Okay. And then, what's this? Oh, a portrait. And then Rick has an ambulance. Sunset. Look at that sunset that he painted, though. Look at that sunset. There's an ambulance. But look at
That's
that.
her mom.
But look at that sunset. What did you say? Oh, the portraits are. Yeah, I think the portrait's her mom. Let's see. She said she was working on a portrait for a drawing of my mother for a portrait painting. Is what she says. And then, oh, those are cows. She says those are cows. Ivy, those are not antlers. Those are horns from cows. But there was another one. Rick sends the stuff he does during the morning show when he arts along with me, and I was going to share that. There he is telling me my broadcast stopped. But I don't know how far back I have to go to find where Rick has sent that. But I do know that I don't necessarily want the screen to be on me while I do this. So I have to scroll through my portfolio to find this. I was going to show you that Rick and Sigma of Sigmas sent, both of them sent some drawings last week. And I was all prepared to show them, and then our stream cut out. I hope I can find them. But there is an iguanodon. And there is a wombat. I believe those are both from Rick, though. I'm not sure what I did with Sigma of Sigmas. What I did with Sigma of Sigma's drawing. If I'll be able to pull it up. No, of course not. Here we go. Sure enough, it got it this time. That never happens. Okay, so but I can't download it. I can't download it. It was an airplane. I've seen it. It was an airplane. I thought I screenshot it. I did. It's right there. No, that's mine. All right, guys. I'm sorry. But that is what was on your easel. That is what was on my easel. There is Sigma's. Look how fun that is. He did that. They did that while I did mine. I keep calling him. I'm not sure if Sigma is a male or female. It doesn't matter to me. They did a nice little airplane there I'm so honored when people do that. But anyway, that was what was on my easel. That was what was on your easel. If you would like to be a part of what's on your easel, simply send an email to, come on now, I went to this camera and you switched. Simply send an email to blade@artisticbiker.com with the subject line easel, and we'll use your works to inspire other people, because that's what this show is all about, is to inspire people to try to be creative, inspire people to be creative. So guys, thank you so much for that. Let's get back to the art, shall we? Okay, so I put my phone away, and I need my phone because it's got my other reference photo on it. I loved this little picture of this Ibis with his foot out. So I'm going to do that one. More like my morning style. Illustrative. We call this illustrative. So the new day job's going well. I'm enjoying it. They're letting me be myself. I've been wearing Hawaiian shirts on Fridays again. And that makes me happy. I wish Claudia could come up and tell us about her job. See how she likes her job. Claudia has a new job too. I've had my job.
It's late for her.
Oh yeah, it's wicked late for her because it's noontime. When we do ours at 5:30 in the morning, it's lunchtime. It's noon for her. So here we are 12 hours later. That means it's midnight for her. Look at him with his little foot up like that. I just think that's hilarious. I don't know which one my daughter's going to try and steal. You know, my son never tries to steal the paintings. I don't know why that is. But my older daughter has discovered that she has a blank wall in her new digs, and she has requested an original painting. And she gave me free rein, so I don't know what she might get. But she made the mistake of not telling me what she wanted the painting of, so she may get a smiling crocodile. Who knows? All right, that's enough pencil. Oh yeah, it's a pretty laid-back place to work. The only thing they seem to care about is doing the job. And I love that. I'm very mission focused. I'm very mission oriented when it comes to stuff like that. I really always have been. I care more about getting the mission done than anything else. That was my problem in the military. Was you couldn't just focus on the mission. You had to focus on the garrison stuff of saluting the officers and shining your shoes and pressing your and pressing your uniforms and remembering to salute and give the greeting of the day and all that other stuff, and I never cared about any of that. But when it came time for fire mission processing, I was all about it. And I had a platoon sergeant that would go to bat for me for anything, because he knew when it came time to put rockets down range, I was the guy to get it done. Very mission oriented, and these people all seem to be the same way. So it's a good fit, I think. This is the part where I stopped looking at the picture so much. This is the part where I really just kind of rely on my knowledge of anatomy.
By the time it's you get to the point to execute the mission, you've already worked the whole thing out in your head.
Yeah, exactly.
I know somebody else like that.
Yeah, I sit there thinking the whole time about how I'm going to perform the mission. And then when it's time to perform the mission, I've already got it done in my head. And it's just a matter of executing now. It's how my paintings work too most of the time.
Ivy doesn't have another Ibis.
Oh no. Are you finished with the one you were working on?
What's he doing with his leg in here?
I don't know, but I just think it's cute. It's like he's got a shrimp stuck in his throat or something. And he's trying to get that shrimp out of the corner of his beak. Is what it looks like. Or maybe he's got an itch. I don't know. but I thought it was cute, and so I ran with it. I looked at all kinds of beautiful pictures of ibises.
You could put this little ibis with the blue heron yesterday, and there'd be a pair of that blue heron's crazy head feathers.
This one?
This ibis and the blue heron with his crazy head feathers.
This
How
one?
they stick out straight up.
This one? We did the heron. What was it, yesterday?
Yes.
The 11th?
Yeah, this him with the ibis with his foot in the air.
Maybe he's waving hello to the heron. Hello!
Where's he
Hello!
standing and said, what are you doing?
Hello! And the heron's looking back at him like, stop being a fool. The people are watching. Stop acting a fool. Hello! The people are watching. Don't let the people see you acting foolish. Hello! Alright, the joy of this is, look, I live in a very humid place, and look how quickly that is dried up. That was full of water. Look how quickly that pool of water has dried up. And I live in a very humid place. There is no reason for that to dry up like that. And I don't know why it does, but it does it every morning. And it is super humid here. Every morning it dries up like that. I was lying earlier when I told you that this was a new thing for me. I actually love this part. This is actually my favorite part of the process. I was lying for effect. I was trying to get a laugh out of Ivy. I can't let you, in good conscience, I can't let you think that this part doesn't excite me. Because this is without a doubt my favorite part of the whole process. It's the part where it just turns into, it turns from just lines on a page into an actual three-dimensional image.
Ivy found a close enough bird.
There you go. I'm going to be done here in about 5 minutes, though. Alright, let me dry that, and then we'll move on to the colored part. The beauty of this is that there's no real reason for me to have to stop anytime soon. In the mornings, I'm limited. But in the evenings, the only thing that stops me is I have to go to bed soon. I eventually, not soon, but eventually, have to go to bed. And I have to set up for tomorrow's stream, which means I have to move all of this stuff out of the way and put tomorrow's stream back up. But it's totally worth it to get to art with my besties. Totally worth it. Kind of want a bigger brush. Kind of want to get that bigger brush back out. I think I will. I'm going to get that bigger brush. I pet that dog. I pet that dog. I'm going to get that bigger brush.
Ivy said her Thursday nights are essence of XYZ. Scribble, scribble, scribble.
I love essence of stuff. I see these people spend all their time trying to make exact replicas of photographs. That's the part that kills me. They work so hard, and don't get me wrong, it's a skill. It's a well-practiced skill, a hard-earned skill to be able to exactly replicate a photograph as a portrait or as a landscape. It is a very well practiced, very well earned skill to be able to do that. And I am impressed with people who can do it. But my question has always been why. You already have the photograph. Why do you want to replicate the photograph when you already have the photograph? Why wouldn't you want to do something new? Turn it into something that's yours. I'm not poo-pooing them doing it. It's a very well practiced skill. You have to work very hard to be able to get the coordination to do that, and it's really impressive when they do. But why? For me, I can't answer the question of why. Why would you want to completely replicate the photograph? So I love essence of, Ivy. When you do essence of people and essence of ibises, I love it. All right, let me dry this before we come in with the rest of the colors. part of me really just wants to leave him yellow. You know what? I'm struggling with that because part of me really wants to leave him yellow. This is why you tape your edges down, by the way. Pamela's going to be mad she missed the vermilion. Hope everything's okay for them. I hope that her and Rick are having a pleasant evening. They've been up all day unless they took a nap. I have not had a nap today.
Me neither.
You know, the last couple of days, I've actually gone out to my truck and taken a nap at lunch.
I take that back. I had a nap in my chair for a minute.
It only takes about 10 minutes. I can lay down. There's a study that supports this. When you sleep, your brain flushes chemicals, and when you sleep is when that happens. And I think, and this could be completely psychosomatic. I'm not going to claim anything other than psychosis. I'm not going to claim anything other than it being psychosomatic. But when I lay down like that, what happens to me is I can feel like an out-of-body experience. And I know that sounds whack, but I feel like I'm floating away, like I'm actually coming out of my body. And when that happens, I think that's when the flush is happening. It flushes your brain. Your brain flushes with it flushes a lot of the toxins and wastes out while you sleep. And I believe that sense when that happens. Now, again, it could be 100% psychosomatic. I never claimed to be sane, never once in my life. Never once in my life have I claimed to be sane. So we really can't just base everything based on what I say on that kind of stuff. But it truly feels like when I take a nap, if I just lay down for 10 minutes and just imagine myself floating away, I can feel myself floating away. And I feel like I actually leave my body for a second. I know I don't, or at least I assume that I don't. But I think that is when the body flush happens. That is when the brain flush happens. But again, never once in my life have I claimed to be the sane one. So I could be completely off base and whack. Can't talk. Harding. But yeah, I will sit in my truck for a few minutes and just close my eyes and imagine myself floating. And just 10 minutes, and when I'm done, I just feel refreshed, and I'm good for another 6-7 hours without feeling sleepy. Now, that's a loaded gun, because what'll happen is then it'll be time for bed, and I won't be able to sleep. So that has backfired on me a few times, to say the least. Are you holding your breath?
Yes.
That's a bold move, Tiger. That's what. How's he say that in the movie? It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out for him in Dodgeball. He just went out there with that crimson like there was no chance of it going wrong.
See, this Ibis is more vivid.
Yeah.
I like him.
But he's also still wet paint.
Yeah, that's true.
When his paint dries, he may not be quite as vivid. All right. I think I'm going to dry an inking. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Hello, you're on speakerphone. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Still on the channel.
Yeah, we're still broadcasting.
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Are you need food?
No.
Okay, bye.
Okay, I love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Are you there? Mom? Mother?
What?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. What's wrong?
My other ear. Nothing. I'm answering my other ear.
Oh, I could imagine tens of thousands of reasons why my wife would call me during the stream, and I was like, okay, I got to take it.
That's right.
No offense, but she's way more important to me than you guys. Way more important to me than you guys. And I'm not sorry about it. Not you and Dad. I meant the stream. She's only a little bit more important than you and Dad.
You should be more important.
I know. But she's not way more important than you and Dad. She's just a little more important than you and Dad. There's a ranking system.
Oh, so she and the boy must have had a meeting.
No, she went to go get her prescriptions,
Oh,
and then she was going to get food while they were out.
oh, you're gonna wish they would. That you said yes.
Why?
They're Popeyes.
Oh, I love Popeyes. But I can't eat this late. If I eat this late, I have problems sleeping.
You should make fun of old people that would eat at 5:30 or 6 o'clock.
Now I am one of those
That's
people.
exactly right.
I have my bowl of cornflakes and go to bed.
I don't want to eat later either.
No.
I guess once you get out of the habit of it, it's a good thing.
Nope, I don't want to eat later.
Remember when you had family dinner at 6 o'clock on Sunday evenings? Eat a big old meal and then go to bed. Oh. But if we were under those same circumstances, I'd do it again. So.
Yeah.
But,
Alrighty.
yeah. He had a pretty serious eye on him. He'd be pretty in acrylic.
It'd be pretty on a t-shirt.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
Alright. Tell you what though. I'm going to probably ruin it. Let's see if this ruins it.
He'd be pretty on a mug.
go.
George says, love you, bye.
I love you too. Bye.
Ivy says she'll interrupt her stream for her mama any day of the week.
Any day of the week. Absolutely. My mom, my dad, my kids, my wife, any day of the week. I'm completely unapologetic about it. Don't care. Don't care. I have been in the middle of $1 million negotiation and my phone rings. And when my wife calls, my ringtone for her is the witch from The Princess Bride, where he says, "Get back, witch! I'm not a witch, I'm your wife!" That's her ringtone. She chose that ringtone. I'm not a witch, I'm your wife! She chose that ringtone. And I have been in the middle of negotiating $1 million, seriously, multi-million-dollar deals. And my phone rings in the middle of the meeting. And no matter what, I answer it. And I say, "Excuse me, guys, I have to take this. It's the wife." And it's always some joke. How could you tell? And I am completely unapologetic about it. So there is what I did this evening. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had fun. If you painted an ibis or anything else while you were watching the stream, I would like to see it. So send it to me at blade@artisticbiker.com with the subject line easel so I can share it with everybody. But I think that's going to be a wrap for tonight. So thank you so much for joining me. I am sorry we had some technical difficulties. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning of the show. Our vertical stream cut out. So if you're not used to watching the vertical stream, I'm sorry. It's not even recording on the vertical side. There's nothing, absolutely nothing there. So I don't know what to do about that. But we did manage to get the entire horizontal video going, and I've got full power, so I don't know why that would cut out. But thank you so much for putting up with my technical difficulties. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. I look forward to this every week, just as I look forward to joining you every morning at 5:30 a.m. Texas time while we do our random objects. Go back to what? Oh, she needs a picture. Okay, hang on. Let's go back to how do I get back there? Let's go back to the overhead wide. You want the overhead wide or you want the overhead close? Overhead close is like that. I wonder, there's a way to take a picture of that here as well. I don't remember how to do that. It would be handy if I could take a quick snapshot. It doesn't matter because I can always take pictures. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. I do look forward to this every week, as I look forward to joining you every morning at 5:30 a.m. Texas time when we take a random object out of the Random Object Randomogrifier and we draw it and we talk about it and talk about the 9 fun facts about the object while I sketch it. Tomorrow morning, if you're up at 5:30 in the morning Texas time, tomorrow morning we're doing a Parasaurolophus skull. Let me show you. Ow! Tomorrow morning we have a Parasaurolophus skull. Those dinosaurs with the big hooky things on the top of their heads that they believe used. It's a hadrosaur, so it's got that duck bill that they believe used as a trumpet to call each other, which is not too entirely different from our Ibis. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Be sure and tune in next week. Same Artistic Biker time, same Artistic Biker channel, and then we dance. We dance till somebody says they see me dancing and that means that the lag has caught up with the stream. It gives you a chance to click the clicky thingies, and one of these days I'll have to go back through and put the clicky thingies in, because I keep neglecting to put the clicky thingies into the live stream. But it makes sure that I don't get cut off mid-sentence. It gives everybody a chance to say any questions that they have, and it gives me a chance to say thank you to Ivy and to, did anybody else show up tonight? I don't remember anybody else coming in tonight, but we got to spend the entire, it's just me and my mom and Ivy and my dad. So guys, thank you so much.